but only if I had met certain criteria. Um, so I don't know if that's why all of this flooding of my bathroom was planned to kind of put a wrench in the curve of the start of my new job, but it doesn't. Um, the next part of it, I want to go over some notes that I just made in my journal. Last night, actually, when I was working on my journal, my cat had spilled a cup of my fountain pen water on one of the pages. And that page happens to have a big title that says, "My tub overfloweth." And then next to it, it says, "Imagine life with no color," because these things go along with each other. Um, the informants in Florida that recently got caught as part of the Southern Poverty Law Clinic's investigation, they have linked it back to white supremacy groups, right? So that makes me think back to like a time when I was at the Apple store and I overheard an employee say, the skinheads wanted to teach her a lesson. Now, when I think about that and then everything that happened in Florida as far as the informants, that's identical to what I'm experiencing. So, more of my stories that I said for entertainment purposes are actually true. It's everything that I posted is coming out. It's just happening in another state right now. So I am, this is so exhausting. I don't feel the need. I don't have the desire to pursue litigation prosecution over this. A lot of things, like as far as the tech companies, you sign waivers every time you use their services. So as far as any of these services that I'm using, it's more than likely that I've signed some kind of arbitration agreement. Arbitration is a way for elite to get you into a court of their peers. So arbitration is not set up for the average person to win. Arbitration is set up to benefit the person who harmed you. So, uh, I don't feel the need to be running around talking about how I'm going to sue somebody. I don't have the energy to put out to communicate with people who are likely working hand in hand with the same people who are targeting me. Um, so then, if this is the case, like if these people around me that I believe are stalking me are informants or working under the same way that the Southern Poverty Law Clinic had them do, this is a hate crime. The flooding of my bathtub is a hate crime. The repeated flooding and then refusal to service my bathtub is a hate crime because they're trying to teach me a lesson. I don't know what lesson is learned uh, when you're on your period and you're unable to wash your vagina. The lesson I've learned what it's like to be homeless today. I've now gone 3 days unable to wash my vagina in the manner I would like to because I pay $1,400 a month for rent. Um, but for the last, it's almost 72 hours now, I've been unable to wash my vagina. My period started on Thursday, like Thursday evening, Friday morning. Very conveniently, Friday, I didn't have access. Or Friday, it was the day that my period started. I went out the house. It was when I came home Friday, I think, that I had noticed the shit in the bathtub. So then um, that just started the whole weekend. That is the beginning of the 72 hours without being able to take a shower. So what that does is now when I don't know if they're going to have the same service people come, the service people who come, if they're the same people, they know I've been unable to use my shower. So they have a better understanding of why I smell this way. But let's say they get a new plumbing service to come who has a plumber who's an informant. So when that person comes, it smells like hot shit in here because it's just a bunch of period blood. I'm not able to clean myself properly. They keep filling my bathroom up with stinky shit, stinky shit, stinky shit. So when the new plumber comes in, he's going to think that I'm the fucking problem, but I'm not. And the reason I cleaned my bathtub before midnight last night was so that when the plumber got here today, it would not look like I'm a hot mess. Uh, but in order to continue to try to project the narrative, should this have ties back to white supremacy and how they want to humiliate black women, um, they went and filled my bathtub up with some more shit again. This time it looks like it might be chicken skin, or I don't know what it was. There was a little piece of something that looked just like very chickenish, um, that was in my tub again. And I don't know how you're getting food in the bathtub. I really don't understand how food gets into your bathtub. So that is harassment. In my eyes, it's either a very irresponsible tenant or that's harassment. Um, are you black? I am black. I'm black and Japanese. If you want to know, that's I'm a bumblebee, so it's a double hate crime. Um, my other notes: the voice file of an angry black woman. So, what the tub filling and draining and filling and draining and this whole situation is designed to do, and I don't know if the SPLC people in Florida also have victims reporting that they were constantly harassed for a voice file. The voice file, the asking of a voice file is designed to fuck with your mental so that you can then present as having a mental illness, right? You're hearing audio hallucinations. It's not an audio hallucination. V2K is real. I have videos, including ones that I've posted to YouTube, where you can actually hear the upstairs neighbors commenting on some of the things I'm talking about in a very timely manner. When I start talking about shit they don't want me to talk about, you will hear distractions, including some distractions from like sirens from county employees, government employees. Uh, is how big of a conspiracy this is. So, like the other day, yesterday, every time I was getting ready to make the copy of the verification information that I needed to send, um, I was trying to send it through Wi-Fi to my printer, and every time I went to go send it, it was like 3 occasions where I heard sirens start actually right in front of my building. And what it felt like to me was those sirens were signaling whatever hackers are in my building to start their brute force attack. Because whoever has access to my cellular device, like the iPad I got from the Apple store that was repaired for $50, I believe it's a jailbroken iPad because I have full access to Spotify. I'm able to skip songs, whereas on my other devices, it tells me to sign up for a subscription. So that's why I think Apple replaced my device with a jailbroken device. And with the jailbroken device, whoever it is that's monitoring me has the ability to see exactly what it is that I am doing on my screen. So hearing the timeliness of the sirens as I was trying to use a Wi-Fi signal to print the documents I need to secure my gainful employment, it leads me to believe that those sirens are related to the stalking and the harassment. Is that people submitting information to Darvo fraudulently and falsely? Um, those sirens were not only heard at that specific moment when I was trying to do my submission, and it was 3 key moments. There were 3 documents I had to print, and every time I initiated print on the 3 documents, it was random sirens that were very specifically timed and positioned. Another incidents of the sirens for the last week that I have been unemployed. Nearly every single day when I woke up and stepped out of bed and began walking around my apartment, this is something that I think may have something to do with their ability to monitor my position in my apartment based on my Wi-Fi signals. So if I had like lead paint or that stuff that they talk about, Marine West or whatever, that paint, they wouldn't be able to see my motions in here because I would have adequately covered my walls with material to block their whatever technology it is that they're using to see what I'm doing. But very timely, as I would get up in the morning around 4 a.m. and start walking, I literally jump out of bed. So at the specific moment that my feet hit the ground, my boots were on the ground, I would hear sirens. So I don't know if that's part of this MK Ultra like repetitive mind programming, but I'm autistic and I can separate those things from real life.